There's no way that that is going to stay out for the duration of this video. At some point that will fall down, presumably, and that will be quite funny. Hello. The secret of making a good video is a 3-act narrative: setup, conflict and resolution, or as I like to put it, an intro, content and then summary. You surmise at the end what you've discovered on your journey throughout the video when making your story. The Greatest Gathering was a huge challenge. This is a 3-day Railway 200 celebration of all things railway, with thousands of people and locomotives at Litchurch Lane in Derby. And I was thinking, how on earth do I make this? Normally, I turn up with my video camera and do a 10-minute vlog or 20-minute documentary, but this was a challenge. And that challenge actually started on the Thursday. The event is Friday, Saturday and Sunday. It was a 3-day event, but on the Thursday there was a press train and then a branch line society train from Crewe over to Derby and then down a rare piece of track which passengers don't often get to go on into Litchurch Lane. And it was on that train when I arrived that I started to have an idea about doing this and how I'd put my video together. But first, here is a quick summary of The Greatest Gathering.
So as part of the Railway 200 celebrations this year, The Greatest Gathering was announced back at the beginning of the year when tickets first went on sale. The event spanned 3 days between August the 1st to August the 3rd at Alstom's historic Derby Litchurch Lane Railway Works. That was the first time that it had been open to the public in more than 50 years, and it featured over 140 historic heritage and modern railway vehicles and exhibitions across its huge 90-acre site. So I tried to get round as many trains as I could, as well as all the side exhibits, and I caught up, chatted to and interviewed people, railway friends, to see why they're there and what their railway memories are, and tried to wrap my head around this huge and historic railway festival.
So the only thing I can think of is to just sit here and tell you about my experience, what it was like from my point of view being there. So we arrived on the Thursday a little bit late, which was funny. The train was late coming from Derby to Litchurch, and there was a whole bunch of people waiting to start a press conference. We headed for the press conference. First thing that happened is that I bumped into my friend and one of the organisers. This is Ben.
Oh, look who it is! It's my main man. I am so delirious right now, and you can ask me anything and the response would be, ask me on Monday.
Who was the Eurovision Song Contest winner in 1983,
Well, I do actually know that, but ask me on Monday.
And then there's the press conference where there's a whole bunch of speeches and people welcoming, saying hello, and the official opening of The Greatest Gathering.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our Derby site for the start of The Greatest Gathering. It's a celebration of 200 years of passenger railways. I hope the next 3 days will inspire, excite and engage all that come through the doors and allow us to showcase the vital impact that railways has had and will continue to have in the UK and the world.
And then it's Thursday evening, it's still daylight, and the press, we get to walk around the site, which I'm starting to realise is much bigger than I remembered. I had been to Litchurch Lane just once before, and you were starting to get an idea of the scale, how much there was there. I bumped into Tim Dunn, who was taking a ride on one of the brand new Class 93s.
Tim.
Yes, Geoff.
What is a Class 93?
A Class 93 is this machine here. It's a caged beast of a locomotive. Look, it's literally being kept here. I'm looking outside of you there. It's actually literally, it is a caged beast. It's Britain's newest freight locomotive. It is the most powerful locomotive ever. I'm a fully qualified 7.25-inch gauge railway driver in steam. I'm not really normally allowed to take more than about 4 passengers. He's shutting the gates.
And like I say, as we're wandering around the site and I'm starting to realise the scale and extent to what's been put together here, I bump into Catherine and I have just one burning question for her.
I've met Catherine, come in, I've met Catherine. You are?
Communications for Alstom UK and Ireland.
We've met before, right? We met in Ireland when we did the Dublin train. Okay, I have but one simple question for you. How did Greatest Gathering come to be? Whose idea was it? Who said no, we should really do it? Who's made it happen? Why? How is it we're all here today?
There's 3 of them. Gus Dunster,
yes.
James Dobson, and Richard Stanton.
Okay.
They had the idea. They came to Ben and I and said, we did this bit of an event in Crewe a few years ago. How about doing a bigger event than that? in Derby.
So they've been the driving force.
Yes.
And now it's here, and you're seeing it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Amazing, and it couldn't be anywhere else. It had to be here, so I'm fully supportive of all their ideas. It's been amazing.
One of the organisers, one of the people that was a driving force behind making it happen was the lovely Richard Stanton, previously PR and Comms. I'd met him for Avanti when we were doing refurbed Pendolinos. He was there, very much part of the whole team that had made it happen, and he sort of became my unofficial chaperone as he walked around and guided me around the site.
So Richard's kind of become my unofficial tour guide. Where are we now? Which shed are we in?
Now you've got. What are you asking me? I think this is.
Where are we?
We're at Derby Litchurch Lane.
You're very well done.
Yeah.
What are we looking at here?
We've got a selection of units that I'm sure you will have travelled on in your youth, in your travels around London.
Yeah. Well, not a 313. Where were the 313s?
313s, I think. That looks like it's a Brighton, so it would have worked from Brighton to Seaford and then all the lines down there.
But you wanted to show me the 47.
Yeah, there's a 47 that's
gone
back in time and is now sporting a bit of a new livery.
So which livery is that?
It's the Virgin livery, but without the Virgin logo.
And what's that over there in the classic British Rail?
That is a networker. That's a class 465.
No, that's the South Eastern 465. No, the one in between.
The 507. That spent its life on Merseyrail. So, and if you look that way, there's a BR Blue.
Well, that's the South Western 455 unit.
Yeah.
All right, this may be my favourite.
Unit City.
And then it just seemed like everyone was there, everyone from the press and people and faces I realised, including my friend Tony.
I'm thrilled because I've just met a friend of mine. Are we friends now? I think we're friends. I've seen Tony enough. Basically, at any event I go to, like a new station or a new train or something, Tony's often there. You're a photojournalist that's been working in the industry for how many years?
I wrote my first story opening the Cross City line in Birmingham in 1978.
But you're here with your colleague today.
Hi, I'm Anna Jane Hunter.
Because you're doing what? You're doing I see microphones.
We're recording our podcast, Parallel Lines, or if you've got a smart speaker, it's Parallel Lines Railways, ask your smart speaker.
So this is where you plug, both of you, this is where you...
Yeah, we do a podcast called Parallel Lines. Yeah, we keep it light-hearted. We talk about stuff on the railway. I work in the railway and I'm third generation railway, so enjoying being here today, seeing all the legacy stuff.
Now you may remember that it was the Pride Pendolino that had brought us into Litchurch Lane earlier, and I bumped into a member of staff who turned out to be the driver, who said, "Do you want to come into the cab for a look?" Yes, please.
So earlier, when we arrived here on the train, the Pride Pendolino is where we were on, and class 57307, which is Lady Penelope, the Thunderbird loco, is the one that dragged us in. Rob is going to just take us quickly. In the cab or in the engine bit? It's too noisy, right? I've just noticed your high vis, DRS. Hang on. Were you the driver earlier?
Yes.
They didn't tell me. They just said, "Here's Rob." You were a driver from...
Yes, I was, yes.
Right, so the bit of track that we drove from Derby into the works here, but if you're a track basher, if you're colouring in your map, that is exceptionally rare. Okay, cool.
It's quite possibly the first time a passenger train with people on has ever worked into it. I wouldn't hazard a guess that there's been many before it, so to get access to here with a passenger train is exceptionally rare.
Okay. Are you here all weekend? Are you hanging out? Are you
I'm not. No, I'm back on normal work tomorrow.
Which is what? Which is
a container train.
Okay.
To Trafford Park, and then I'm involved with the shuttle services on Sunday morning.
Lovely. All right.
From Chesterfield down to Derby.
Thank you for your time.
And we carried on walking around the huge site. It was just extensive. There was so much. I mean, actually over Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I didn't actually get a chance to get around and see everything because there was so much. But one of the things I saw on Thursday was Pete Waterman and his model railway layout.
Really quickly, Pete, let's talk about, is it rail nuts? And you've got your model layout here. We're in the model bit. What have you got on display here today?
Milton Keynes. So we thought this, because we've got Watford Junction at Chester all of August, so that's here. So we thought we'd come and play trains here with Milton Keynes.
Do you see it as playing trains, or do you see it as like serious,
No, it's playing trains.
Okay.
No, it's playing trains. This is about playing trains. I do enough of the real thing in the week.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Richard and I just continued to walk around with the sun setting. It was lovely. It was just great, like being amongst all these locos and the smell of diesel. It was just fantastic, including a very old favourite of mine.
The only Class 89 ever built, 89,001. This is Electric Avenue, because these are all the electric locos.
Yeah.
So this is Electric Avenue.
I'm going to rock down to Electric Avenue.
That is the song. Okay, what else have we got here? I can see
an 87.
An 87 there. Yep. What else?
Got an 86, the workhorses of the West Coast.
Absolutely. This is great.
There, 92.
The 92 just there. And what's coming up there?
And some really older stuff. This is a class 85.
Got some everybody's favourite, apart from the 37 of course, some class 55 Deltics, but you're taking me over to, I can see it, it's coming up. Here we go, here we go.
The Deltics took over from that workhorse over there.
So opening day was the Friday, and there were a whole bunch of vintage buses, which is a lovely touch, doing a free shuttle bus ride to take you down to the site from the station and back again in the evening. I got to ride on an open top RT at some point. There weren't that many queues, people were just streaming in. Obviously you got like a bag and you got a program, and there were toilets and food stands and stuff, and then you just sort of entered in, immersed in it, and people just kept chatting to me, just saying there's so much to see, and it just made you realise like the scale of the whole event and how much work and planning, it's so many people and hours of work they must have put into making the whole event happen.
Would you like a bag?
Thank you very much.
And then I was just wandering around on the Friday, checking out trains, checking out exhibits, seeing friends and familiar faces, and for some of you what may be an unfamiliar face.
Do you think people know who you are? The internet are now going, who's this? Should we reveal?
We could do, yeah.
Because you and Jay Foreman are never in the same room at the same time.
No, we're not, no.
You're not Jay Foreman.
No.
You're not Tim Traveller.
I'm not.
You are the mysterious guest to my YouTube video.
This is true. I am he. I am Mr. Hazard.
Thrilled to meet you. Like everyone is here.
It's amazing, yeah.
Why are you excited?
Because it really is the greatest gathering. It's like there's so many things that I've just wanted to see for ages.
Such as?
I've been looking forward to seeing the High Speed 2 mock-up. I think that's absolutely amazing.
We've just come from that just now.
That's
Well,
fantastic.
what about like nostalgic locomotives?
Oh, Midland 1000s, that's one that I've, a local boy, having been built here, I believe. Someone's going to tell me that's wrong. Sir Nigel Gresley, one of my favourites.
Okay. And then a question that I'm asking everyone this weekend is, if we take you right back, I don't want to age you, but this question may age you. What's your earliest childhood memory of like travelling on a train or standing on a platform watching a loco go by? If I was to take you right back, what would that be?
That would be standing on the platform at Whitton Station, going into London.
There we go.
Yeah.
Was it old class 455s back then? Or was
it was.
Was it slam door?
It was 455s back then, but they were blue and grey.
They'd just come in the 1980s, haven't they?
Okay,
Okay, well that's my childhood lines as well. Yeah. I was a south suburban London. Okay, so we are the same. Right. Yeah. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
You too.
It's Friday. It's the Friday. Enjoy your Friday. See you again soon.
So it wasn't just trains. Inside some of the train sheds, yes, there were trains, but there were lots of stands and exhibits, and there were talks, hands-on engineering. People saying, here's how you come and work for the railway. There was like a brass band. There was like a robot doing a dance at some point. There was a fairground. There was a carousel. It was the Network Rail helicopter was there with Sean. It was Manic. The whole thing was just insanely brilliant. There were just trains. Wherever you look, there was a Class 37, which you could like queue up and get in and do a cab tour. There was a whole row of Class 50s, which was my favourite, because I remember the Class 50 in Network South East livery when it used to do the runs down to Exeter, and then just like walking along through there, like wobbling side to side. It was a bit like the X-Wing in Star Wars on the Death Star when it's trying to like, go down the trench towards the exhaust port at the end. So many trains. It was fantastic. And then brilliantly I got a chance to talk to some other next generation, as I call them, content creators. Some people that I know, some people that I don't know, people that will definitely be around once I'm long gone, to talk about the excitement of being at the greatest gathering.
It's the greatest gathering. How could I not be here today? It's just, frankly, I'm a bit overwhelmed. I've walked through the door and I've looked left, I've looked right, and there's just trains and locos and all sorts of stuff as far as the eye can see. I don't know where to go first.
I'm actually excited to, see people and just, gather around and make a community out of trains.
Is that how it feels to you?
Yeah, it feels good. It's almost like bringing every single train in one depot.
I think this morning, when everyone was kind of like streaming in, there were these huge hordes of people. There was no queue. I mean, I think there might have been a queue, but they've managed it really well.
This is a big opportunity. It's like a big event. If I miss this, they'll have to wait for like another 50 years or 100 years.
Now I'm just checking my footage on my laptop here, and I'm checking my script to get the name right. I have to give a shout out to Mike Lamport, who I'm sure many of you will know, and he is definitely heading up all the Railway 200 stuff this year. I got chatting to Mike at Paddington at the Inspiration train launch a few weeks ago, and again on the train up, but weirdly I sort of forgot, I never got a chance to interview him on video. I would love to chat to Mike on video just to talk about all his memories and everything he's done in his career, but he gave me this brilliant nugget that I didn't know, and he said on the train, he said, well Geoff, he said, this isn't the first time you've done this, you know. I was like, what? He went, no, we had in effect a Railway 150, and 50 years ago at Shildon, they had like a Railway 150, sorry, lineup, and there were trains and locos there as well, and he was there, and he told me, he went, you know, he was in his 20s, and now obviously it's 50 years later, and he made the joke, you know, 50 years ago, would he be around, you know, for Railway 200, 50 years later, and yes, he is. But if you didn't know, yeah, they had an event at Shildon 50 years ago.
You'll probably be old enough to see Railway 250, and I'll be long gone. So do you think you'll go to Railway 250 in 2075, Michael? Will you be making a YouTube video of Rail 250?
Yeah, why the heck not? Definitely, yeah. I haven't thought that far ahead. But
start planning now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Book my hotel.
You'll be here for Railway 250.
Oh yeah,
Denzel,
that's actually true.
Denzel, will you come back and make a video for Railway 250?
Yes, maybe. I don't know. I can't promise that.
Maybe in 50 years' time, when you're
Well, I'm old.
Older,
and
I'm no longer here, you'll be at Railway 250.
250. That would be amazing.
I know it's early in the day, and you've been on you've got 2 buses to get here, and you got here at 7. But have you got a favourite loco?
Oh.
If you could only pick one loco.
Oh, it's not here, but I actually kind of wish it was here. It's the Class 315.
Honestly, I've got a fondness for all trains, to be honest with you. But if there's one thing that I would say I'm particularly excited about, it's almost the future more so than the past. So I was just over there looking at the trains the mock-ups of the trains that will run on HS2 one day, and that was excellent.
The 895.
I thought they were excellent, and I've got to say I was really impressed with the legroom, because you hear people say, oh well, it's going to have good legroom. You're like, will it really? And you go there, yeah, it does. It's better than pretty much any other UK train I've been on. I was really impressed.
There's so much beauty behind the railways, just with the architecture and the people that you meet as well, and the scenery and the landscape and the places that it takes you. The railways are just beautiful, and I like to capture it on video in a way where people can go, that's something that I've experienced before, where I felt happy in my happy place. It's a massive event. No, but the scale of it is huge.
Yeah, but isn't that great?
It is great. Yes.
It is great. Do you wish they do it every year, or more, like every 5 years, or every 10 years?
I think that would be great.
If we look and say, if we talk to Alstom, who are watching, how do we get them to do it? Like, every year would be too much.
It would be too much.
Maybe every 5 years?
Maybe
every 10 years?
Yeah.
That's great, that's great. There was a test track as well, like they had an Elizabeth Line, Class 345 running on the test track. I think the Festiniog Railway were there. They were running their steam train up and down. There were other trains that you could go in, other trains that you could go under. You could get onto the Pendolino. You could sit in the cab of the Pendolino and sort of do a PA announcing where the train was going. I think the funniest one was the chap that did a PA on the Pendolino but clearly lived at Hertford East, going down into Liverpool Street for his commute, because he rattled off the name of every station absolutely correctly from Hertford East going into Liverpool Street on board a Pendolino. And there were just people just hanging out in the first class seats in the Pendolino, eating their packed lunch that they brought from home. It was just mad and intense and amazing. Even this bit, when it was raining, was still amazing. Can we go inside now? Go! Yeah, one of the days it rained for an hour, which was good actually, because it meant that the people that had just been outside took shelter, took cover from the rain, and they went inside and they found out all the exhibits that were inside. Like I saw Dovetail Games, they were there with their simulators, although my favourite simulator was the team that had a fully accessible cab simulator. Yeah, fully accessible. They had an HST and a Class 442. If you want to do a full video at some point explaining what they do and how that works, that would be amazing. Also Green Signals, Nigel and Richard were there doing their podcast. Yeah, they were just
so many things. It was so much to take in. But yeah, you could get up close to a lot of the trains. Quite often you could go under the trains for a look as well. I think my favourite out of all of those was the Class 507 Preservation Group, who, by the way, win my unofficial group that managed to hand out the most stickers at any event ever, because it seemed wherever you went, people had these Class 507 preservation stickers on them. And my friend Dominic, who was helping me doing some filming, even managed, I think, to surreptitiously stick one to my arm and onto my back, which I didn't realise whilst I was interviewing somebody. And I think I spent several hours in the afternoon walking around with a Class 507 sticker on my arm. So thanks for that, Dominic. But not to be outdone with the most stickers handed out award, there was also Greater Anglia, who were handing out the most tote bags.
What I've noticed here at Greatest Gathering is that there's like 100 people that are carrying red bags. And you see the colour red, and you think it's the Railway 200, but no. Greater Anglia have won the Give Out Most Many Bags award. How have you managed to give like everybody a red Greater Anglia bag?
It's a luxury bag for you there, Geoff.
Right, is it? I don't...
Yeah, it's a luxury bag.
Really quickly, you've got one of your 745s here.
720s
720 here.
And then across the hall you've got the 755 Stadler built. So we're showing both off over the weekend, and it's been lovely to speak to people who live on our patch, but also people who are really interested in our new fleet.
And go on, and just from a personal nostalgic view, what train has made you go, oh, I haven't seen one of those for years?
For me, Flying Scotsman this morning was beautiful. But actually, the thing that actually was the nostalgia was the smell of the small locomotives, because it reminds me of the Great Buck Steam Rally that my grandmother used to take me to, and just hearing and smelling those, yeah, it's been a real throwback.
Right, I check your hand, but one hand is holding the camera and another hand is holding a bag, so yeah.
And then continuing to talk to people, I bumped into Bessie, a freight driver who was in the news a little while back as a female driver, train driver, inspiring other women to get into driving trains.
Hello.
Hi, Joe.
Now I kind of know who you are.
Yes.
Because what do you do for a job?
I'm a freight driver.
You are a freight driver. Who do you work for?
GBRf.
You're here at Greatest Gathering today.
I am here.
Are you loving it?
It's the history. It's the history of the railway. It's the people. It's the stories. It's the rule book. It's what's written in blood. It's so much more than just the trains, but it's the trains that personify that. I started on the railway in 2018 as a guard.
Okay.
And it was what I wanted to do ever since I was a little girl. I want to be a guard. I want to be a guard. I want to be a guard. And then when I did it, it was like, oh, I've done it. Oh, what do I do now?
Now what? Okay. Right.
And then it was just a case of going through loads of different things. I tried control and it wasn't for me. I went shunt driving, and now suddenly I'm a freight driver. I've been solo for a year. It's just...
So you drive what, like 67s or 37s?
I drive I signed 66s and 69s. I've not driven a 69 in anger, so it's mostly 66s at the moment.
Okay.
Used to sign 70s, maybe, no, I need a refresher.
And I have to ask, have you seen that the new Class 93 is here today? And the 99 is here.
The 99, the flake, it's beautiful.
Hang on, why is it called a flake?
It's a 99, like an ice cream.
Oh, I just got that.
It's the flake, and it's stunning.
Is that what we're calling it?
That's funny. So GBRf, when they unveiled it, they brought out ice cream vans. There was a picture of the 99 with a 99 as a flake. It was superb.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it looked great.
That's hilarious. That's great. Okay, anything else you just want to add in about why trains are great?
It's the opportunities that the railway can give you, and the opportunities that trains can give you, whether you're a passenger and the opportunity of how far you can go, or whether you work on the railway, you can just do so much.
And so obviously off the back of that, I had to go and have a quick look inside the cab of the new Class 99.
Okay, this is the Class 99, this is GB Rail Freight's new locomotive. It's a bi-mode locomotive which can haul heavy freight trains on diesel and also on electric, and we're doing this so that we can cut our carbon emissions and make the world a better place. So we've got 8,000 horsepower on electric and 2,400 horsepower on diesel, and more tractive effort than a Class 66. We've got 30 of these on order. 99001 and 99002 are already in the country and undergoing testing, and we are currently sat on board 99001.
And I'm there the Friday, the Saturday and the Sunday. All this footage is all edited together from all 3 days, by the way. But I'm there, the whole time. And just basically there's this sense that, is it just about the trains, or is it about the people and, making the connections and the friends being there, hanging out, and everybody having a good time? all just enjoying themselves, you know, and enjoying the fact that we're all there to celebrate the railways. And it's just great meeting some lovely people, including Joe.
Oh, my hair's terrible. I can't use,
Don't worry about it.
It'll be funny if I now use this bit of me going, my hair looks terrible.
I mean, it looks lovely.
Thanks, Joe.
That's all right.
It's Joe Brown. Map. Can I call you map maker nowadays?
You can call me map maker, you can call me whatever you want, Geoff.
Well, because somebody told me yesterday, they said Joe just wants to retire to the Isle of Wight with his dog and draw maps. Is that true? Is that true?
That is basically, that is life goals, that's the plan.
The word is out. Okay, if anybody would like to give Joe a house in the Isle of Wight where he can just sit with his dog and draw maps.
That'd be lovely, yeah.
We're at the Greatest Gathering.
We are at the Greatest Gathering, yes.
Why are you here? How are you feeling? What are your emotions seeing trains and people and friends and everything?
Well, this is train heaven, right? I mean, this is the greatest accumulation of trains I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
And I've been a driver.
Yeah,
so yeah, no, this is great. And I think, I mean, I'm here very specifically as Journey today. So Journey is the LGBTQ plus network of networks in UK transport, and little something that I founded a couple of years back. So we're here with the Journey t-shirts today. We've just done a photo shoot in front of the Pride Pendo.
I was there, yes.
And we're supposed to be making our way to the 345 now for a little run on that train as well.
Okay, and I know it's such a cliche. Do you have a favourite train? What's been the train that's made you go, oh, it's the class, you know, something you haven't seen for many years?
I mean, you've got to love a Deltic, you've got to love a Class 55.
You're on the Deltic Club, very but if you were to do a poll between Deltics and Class 37s, who's going to win that one?
I think Deltics would probably win, but I like a 37 as well.
But I'm a Class 37 man.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Does that mean we can now never be friends?
No, of course we could be friends, Jim.
I gotta go. It's Joe. Thank you, mate.
Pleasure.
Lovely to see you.
And yes, hanging out with friends, because that is what the railway lets you do. And that was starting to become a prevalent theme, especially when I spoke to my friend Kate.
History and railway enthusiast Kate. Hello.
Hi, Geoff. Hello.
We've met before.
We have.
This isn't the first time. Because you're friends with my friend Paul White.
I am. Yes. Yeah.
But you're here at Greatest Gathering.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it the Greatest Gathering?
Well, it's pretty blooming big, Geoff. It's huge. It's absolutely enormous.
But why are you here? Like, what? Like, is it just trains, or is it more than trains?
So I'm not a train person. I love trains, but I'm a railway person. I love the way that railways connect the community. I love the way that railways bring people together, and you can explore and you can have adventures from railways. So actually, the stuff that's in here, in this shed, is far more me.
You should say where we are, by the way. We're in a shed. What shed is this?
A shed U shed.
Shed U. There's a lot of stands in here.
Lots of societies, lots of projects, stuff like that.
I've been chatting to the nice people at Northern. They're
lovely.
Northern have like a careers desk where
they've got good pieces of rock.
And they have pieces of Northern rock.
So that's far more me, because it's for me. Railways is so much more of a social thing.
Does it
feel
like very social? I mean, basically, this is the angle that I'm getting at. It's a gathering of friendly railway people.
Absolutely, and I've bumped into so many people that I know from other places already today, like yourself, you know, that I've met through being interested in the railways, and that's awesome. It just has this lovely warm feeling about it. Yeah.
So having a good day?
Yeah, it's awesome, absolutely brilliant.
I can hear a band playing outside.
Yeah, there's a brass band.
There's a brass band, and there's a carousel, and it's just great. It's
so good. There's so much to see.
It's Kate. It's Kate.
See you later. Bye.
And actually after the event, on the train home, I came back on the Monday morning, because I stayed in Derby the entire weekend. I was on the train back and I was on my phone checking out Instagram, and Phil Shearer, my friend, used to edit Modern Railways magazine, had done an Instagram post, and I read it, and it brought a little lump to my throat, because I realised that this was how I had felt, whether I'd realised it or not, about the whole event. And as I came home, it was like, yeah, that's definitely what it was. And he wrote simply this. He said, I thought that Railway 200 and the Greatest Gathering would be the highlight of the year, bringing together past, present and future in a living factory. But it has been far more than that. It has almost certainly been a once-in-a-lifetime celebration of our beloved railways. But what has made it was not just the collection of 140 plus exhibits, but the way it brought people together to share in their love and passion for our railways. And that is something which I wholeheartedly agree with, and I really wanted to try and get Ben, who I met briefly on the Thursday. I mean, I've met him before, I've done videos with him before, and I finally managed to sort of like find him, because he was just like running around doing all the press and media things. He was having a really intense weekend and making sure that the event was okay. I wanted to get him on emotional. I wanted to get him. Could I get him emotional on camera and make him realise what a brilliant thing he'd done?
My job is to make you cry.
Oh, no, well, it's not that hard. I think I've cried 5 times. It's Saturday now, so we did the media launch on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, I think I've cried about 5 times.
Okay.
All joyous, I have to say.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, I've had about 5 hours sleep across those 3 days. But you know, I'm here.
We should say that amongst many people, you've helped organise this, but as have, Catherine's been on it from Alstom, but who else? Who are the other people?
I must thank Gus Dunster from Severn Valley Railway, James Dobson, and some of his team at Avanti West Coast, Richard Stanton, industry legend.
I love
Richard. Jason Nash, Simon Turner, and Andy Doyle, and also hundreds of people at Alstom. I mean, everybody here who's in high vis are Alstom employees. They're all volunteering, which is great, because, you know, I told them, we're not going to do this for another 200 years, so if you want to be part of it, come along.
But I've heard that the local MPs and the local councillors, they're all thrilled because all the hotels are full and all the bars are full.
Every hotel is booked in Derby.
You've brought business to Derby.
Well, look, the world is watching, and it's fantastic, because this is my work. You know, I work here every day. We build trains here, and we do it, and we just get on with it, and that's great. But the city doesn't get this level of attention, and it's just fantastic, because, you know, we've had a couple of ropey years here at Alstom at Litchurch Lane. We're coming through that now, and I think the city, as Derby, were here when we needed them the most. So it's only right that we turn around and say, right guys, come on, we're going to have a big party.
And it should just clarify, it's not just Ben. He mentioned the names of other people there, and I'm sad I didn't get to meet some of the other organisers, but I kept on chatting to Ben. One important thing which I did want to know is just to clarify the number of trains, the locomotives that were there, and how that came about.
I worked Railfest in 2003, and then I went back as a visitor in 2012. And at the time, they had 50 locomotives out the back of the National Railway Museum, and they called it Britain's biggest rail celebration. So I said, if we're going to do the greatest gathering, we have to have 51. And here we are with 140.
So how did it become 140?
Because the industry wanted this event to happen.
Yeah. Did you have people sort of coming to you going, well, you have to have our train?
We've had somebody turn up at the gate and bring us a train. And they said, the greatest gathering has to display my loco. And we did all the checks, you know, background and all that kind of stuff, because, you know, you don't just take a train off somebody. And it was all legit, and it's here.
Right.
I'll tell you where afterwards.
We'll go for a drink later.
Yeah.
Okay. Final thing. Here's where I make you cry.
Oh, gosh. It's not hard.
It's called the Greatest Gathering.
Yes.
Because you've gathered all the trains together.
Yeah.
No, what you've actually done, look, you've gathered all these people. Look at all those people. Look at all those.
No.
What you've done, you've got all the lovely railway people in one place, and it's a beautiful thing.
And it is true. Like, we always talk about the railway family. The railway has always been the people. You know, the people who built it, the people that run it, the people that ride on it. And it's not very often that you get everybody in one place that loves railways. Yeah, you have industry events, yeah, you have museums that have heritage, but literally we've got everyone here, from the top dogs, all the TOCs and the Department for Transport and all that kind of stuff, right all the way through to you know, preservation groups, the people that, you know, keep this history and heritage alive, through to families. And that's what has been the most humbling thing for me, the diversity of people that we have here that are all just standing, and I am gonna get emotional.
I've got my phone out because I was going to get a little video clip of everyone that's now standing watching us, because look, they're all there.
And it is a railway family. Thank you.
You and the rest of the team made that happen. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. Now I'll cry.
Can we hug?
Yeah, of course we can.
That's quite emotional to watch back, because the whole thing, if you weren't there, it was mad, crazy and intense, but a good type of mad, crazy and intense. That was the thing which Some of my friends kept texting me. They're like, what's it like? We couldn't make it. And I was like, it's crazy, but it's a good kind of crazy. So many trains, so many people. And to, you know, end with my own summary as part of my 3-act narrative there, that would be my summing up, is that it turns out that the Greatest Gathering was, yes, planned as a gathering of trains and locomotives, but actually the greatest gathering at all was of all the lovely railway-loving people all there in one place. People like this.
Hey, Geoff!
Hello.